performance yesterday. Really, the two players on UNILAD that have really impressed me has been that SMG duo in Zed and Alex. It's really going to be a ton of pressure on John and Slacked, as crazy as that sounds, to keep up with them. Muskin, now look at this place. Has the sniper rifle out, watching this start, and well, yeah, that STG, it'll melt you. You know, you like that though, trying to be a little creative off the break.
Yeah, it doesn't work out, but I do like to see a little.
It would have looked way cooler if it worked.
Alex, though, able to win a big one-on-one gunfight there inside of the hard point, which will open things up for UNILAD momentarily. Traded out quickly, though, by Slacked, and Slacked actually gets both. So nice job there from Slacked, winning a bunch of key gunfights inside of the hard point, but no one's able to retain control for very long in Cave early on here, Joe.
No, definitely not, but you already have Shawnee in a good position, but he gets taken down. You know, he was watching that cross. With 22 seconds left, LG, they might send a couple of guys towards this way, but they're going to think about rotating over towards that Ruins Hill. So there you go. You see 5, 6, and 7. As soon as that kill happens where Formal gets it, the other 3 just turn around. Now you have some rotation gunfights going down Slack. He's trading one. Cap's able to find one in the middle as well. Cap, nice shots right there, able to find that double, but there's still one player left in Zed. I mean, cleans him up as well.
This has been great by Cap, Slacked, and John, really with that mid-map presence. They didn't allow UNILAD to get comfortable with their setup here. They were never able to get into their prime spots on this Ruins hardpoint. Now they continue to harass from mid-map. John making the plays inside of you, and now they've got Slacked inside the hardpoint. This is a great rotation from Luminosity.
No, this is exactly where you want to be if you're John. Now somebody just needs to get on that hill. You can see JCap, UNILAD doing a great job not letting them get any time whatsoever. Really just both teams watching these crosses. You have Formal now. Well, he's going to find a couple, finally 4 dead. And with 30 seconds left, we're finally seeing some time go on the board for both of these teams. Watch that number 3 arrow. That's Wuskin. He's going to try and go all the way around. Formal, he's on a force spree just off the start and actually give up those spawns. LG has to be a little careful here right now.
JCap gets some hit markers in the back, but ultimately does end up falling. John had a chance to maybe play spoiler inside a bunker to the early setup from UNILAD, but now let's stick with Formal, because Formal already has a glide bomb, trying to work on more streaks. He has JCap in front to work with a bit of bait here. Slack going to get in the action as well, as they're just trying to punch their way through the back. Highlight on the minimap is going to be a key player in John, who's got a chance to make a play for the back spawns as well.
Oh, he definitely does. He knows Alex back there. Oh, he gives it up for a half second. Tries to turn and burn on him, not able to do so. Now you have a great setup for UNILAD. Shawnee able to find 3 at that wood wall. This is the setup that you want, but you can see that one arrow, he's making sure nobody spawns behind him due to the positioning that UNILAD are in. Glide bomb going to be invested, a couple go down, that's going to make it 3. Now you're going to see some pressure on his Zed, and due to the positioning of JCap, those spawns do flip.
Great break. I mean, you had exactly what you wanted in UNILAD, spawning them all the way out at Dome. Such a long rotation, but behind the streak of the gunfight wins for Luminosity. You get back in control of bunker pretty quickly here. Now pushing this lead up to 20. We'll see what John can continue to do in cabin, but as I say that, he gets cut down almost immediately. But so far, pretty close race. Let's take a look at the top right. Maybe any stats that stand out.
Like Zed, yeah.
Zed's struggling a bit at 4 and 10. You talked about how he's been kind of a shining light for this UNILAD squad at times. And I don't know, nothing standing out too much on the LG side, at least as of now.
No, John playing extremely well. John and Slacked have a ton of engagements on the map, and I think that's why you have that slow start from Zed. Alex, he's keeping up at 11 and 10, but that's why you kind of have this slight lead over to Luminosity. You can see now LG, they have UNILAD spawning in the back. You have JCap and Slack controlling cabin. Yeah, Formal watching that Ruins push, and Slack's actually going to peek this a little bit, try to spawn kill him. Not able to find that second, but this is great time right now for LG.
And I feel like any time on East Road is great time. Nice win from John. Again, stunned up, but still able to snap and win the gunfight. Another one comes in, he takes that as well. There's a second glide bomb you're going to get on the LG side in the lead. Now up to 50, Joe.
Yeah,
oh, look at Cap, too.
Yeah, Cap's working on some streaks as well. Still 15 seconds left. Obviously, you can see UNILAD, they're trying to get over towards that cave side, but that's all JCap has to do. Let's go back to him. Yeah, let's just say, he was just putting so many bullets in those players crossing from UNILAD. He's going to get streaks here. He's going to be about 25 points off of those full streaks as he gets these 100 points. This is going to be so big for LG. They can put UNILAD away, you know, right after this rotation.
Well, you also like this. Cap not even having to get involved. All the players pushing out their lanes and winning gunfights, so continue to spawn there at backside cabin, but you've Slacked pushed all the way up into bunker.
He's on a streak.
And making this so difficult for UNILAD to do anything. This might be the best we've seen LG on hardpoint so far this division.
I was just going to say that, and if you look at all 4 players, all 4 of them positive. We talked about nothing really standing out. after that bunker hill, but once we got to East Road, it just seemed like everybody caught on fire, went on a little bit of streak. I think the one good thing for UNILAD is you don't get full sets of streaks on the side of LG. You just have a couple of glide bombs. Formal, though, still has that fighter pilot and artillery.
And we've talked about it a little bit on Trading Shots and different shows, but the fact that we were maybe worried LG would start a little bit slow. Trying to figure out Formal in this role. Obviously plays a much different AR than Octane. You expect him to continue to improve.
Yes.
Specifically Formal to improve on this roster as he starts to figure out the way to play with this team. Right now they're looking great, but what can UNILAD now do? As they've gotten to a big hole, you've got a lot of streaks to go up against.
Yeah, let's go to Formal.
Okay, let's go.
Because I imagine pretty soon he's going to call in that fighter pilot. Yes, you get a good break, but this is the issue now with 45 seconds left, and you have the pinch. Look at JCap's positioning right now. So this is best case scenario. Anyone who tries to go in the bell, they're going to be cut down by JCap. And there we go. He's able to find two. There's one more player in the middle of the map. That's going to be 4 down as soon as Weskin gets traded on out. There we go. So a great break from LG.
Fantastic stuff, and the lead continues to grow. Now, we've talked a lot about what's been working for Luminosity. Has it just been their success that's hurting UNILAD right now?
I think so. I think the slaying has really stepped it up from LG. I think right from the get-go, you could just kind of tell that, John and Slack, they really set the pace for LG, and then you had JCap and Formal. Once they got to their spots, they were able to find a set of streaks, and that's allowed them to have about a 100-point lead. You can see another glide bomb going in from LG, and they're trying to break this bunker hill, and again, they might do so. As you can see, Zed and Weskin, they spawn all the way out.
Here comes the pinch in from both sides of bunker. One falls in the front, Alex drops in the back, and there's the clean break. Luminosity making it look easy, and they still got streaks to toy with. Formal trying to play his life there for a moment at the cabin alley, but eventually will drop. The pressure will then fall to John here inside of the hard point, who also falls. You still got to spawn here, kind of 2 at back bunker, 2 spawning out bell. So still reinforcements here with 35 seconds remaining on bunker.
Yeah, a good job by UNILAD to at least get into this position, but now it's on LG. Can they break on through John? He's able to spot 2. I like that nade. Yep, Formal. He's going to find Alex. There we go. 4 down once again for UNILAD. These last 25 seconds should go over to LG. And once again, I mean, you have to look at that scoreboard. A very slow game from Zed. He's double negative right now. When you look at John, +9, he's really been the difference maker.
And this is what, when the team first formed, we thought John and Formal would kind of have that dynamic, and obviously we haven't really seen it yet. Not that I don't think we're at a point we're going to see it maybe consistently yet, but you're seeing it right now on this map, and you can see when this team is clicking why the potential is there. It's going to be on UNILAD, though, to try and pick it up here and make this game a bit more competitive. Obviously, a lot more action to go in this series, but this is a team coming into it where UNILAD's 2-0 on this particular map, so it's been a strong hard point for them. They've just run into an LG team that seems to be clicking.
Yeah, and just very motivated. I think LG knows that this is such an important match just overall. They can't go down to 2-4. It puts them in such a big hole, so much pressure on every single match from then on that point. I mean, there still will be, sending at 3-3, but at least you have that head-to-head win over UNILAD, and that's what it could come down to. You have John now trying to work on some streaks, but East Road some time going over to UNILAD, but still 46 points needed for LG to take game 1.
Yeah, and I saw JP and Karma tweeting a little bit about, still being able to win maps when one player struggles. I think the exact stat, they were talking around like a 0.9, and I totally get that. I mean, we've seen players struggle and ultimately get wins, but 11 and 28 is a number that's hard to overcome. Like that is a lot more severe than talking about somebody a little bit under like a 1.0.
That's horrendous.
Yeah, no, it's tough. You don't know how you win, especially when LG's playing the way they are.
Yeah, and the other part is too for Zed, obviously, like maybe, I mean, once again, we have to talk about how tough it is for a sub if you never have rotation. And the reason they don't have rotation is because of streaks. Like, if you're a sub player, you want to be in those great positions to cut off the reinforcements of LG. You want to be annoying, and due to the streaks, maybe he just hasn't been able to find that, because that's really where we've seen Zed at, is just cutting off the spawns and getting so many like 2 to 3 pieces.
And we've seen a lot of comebacks in hardpoint, even specifically on this map. Even when a team's out slaying early, has a big advantage. But that's when they don't get the streaks. When you have that advantage, plus you get streaks on basically your entire squad, yeah, it becomes exponentially more difficult. John shooting like that doesn't hurt either. Third gonna push him, but not able to win that. But look how close LG now is to victory. 230 on the board, 20 more points needed. UNILAD at risk of being 100-point club, but shouldn't happen as they have the rotation to ruin. But the streaks could also come in from Luminosity to get them out quickly.
Yeah, I think you have 2 glide bombs still on the side of LG, so John, he's going to have 1. We'll see when he calls that in, and that's really been the difference maker. It's been those streaks, and LG have been so good at finding 1 kill with the glide bomb and then opening that up. You see JCap, he's finding a couple of kills, just 1 player left on this hill. That's Weskin. Formal is spawn killing UNILAD on the other side of the map right now. But Weskin able to lock it down now. He's working on some streaks. Here comes in that bomb. That's a big kill because he was working on that artillery strike.
Yeah, if LG had maybe 50 less points, he'd be feeling all right. Like, UNILAD's got a nice hold here. They've got some streaks to work with. LG's just so close to victory that the comeback seems nigh on impossible, but the glide bomb comes in. It gets juked by the LG member. With 15 seconds left here, doesn't look like LG's going to close it out on this particular hard point, but if you take a look at the top left at the minimap, they're set up for bunker.
Yep, Slack doing such a good job. I mean, just looking at sort of the stats of LG, this is kind of what we expected LG to be, right? Cap to be right around here, Slack, Formal, and John to perform this way. It's just, can they find it consistently?
Oh, it's interesting, too. Like, you saw kind of a dynamic approach from them, too, when it comes to the objective. I think at one point when Formal hit around a minute, like, he was really leading the way by a landslide. Then suddenly JCap's able to pick up the time of the hard point. John's able to do it as well. Everyone's sliding together, and finally, maybe LG have a little fun playing Call of Duty.
A clean hard point, definitely. Yeah, a clean one. I think the cleanest one we've seen from them. And once again, when all of them, I think you saw streaks from just about everyone. That always helps.
And yeah, early in the game too. It's what makes it so difficult. So not able to find a victory there as UNILAD. They're gonna have to bounce back in the search and destroy. Now I'm gonna have to pull this up on my phone because I want to read the exact stat. I think I texted this to you, didn't I?
Yep.
Because it was kind of an interesting one about the struggles that LG has had in search and destroy. All right, so it was tweeted basically, Luminosity is now 11 and 20, so like around a 35% on attacking rounds in S&D, 3 and 10 on force specifically. So their inability to close out attacking rounds is part of the reason they're 2 and 5. So they've really, really struggled on offense. So I guess one thing I'd like to focus on during the search with you is kind of look at their offense, maybe see what's kind of going wrong for them. Obviously, they, who knows, they may have had an hour-and-a-half powwow last night and talked about it and worked out a lot of things, but it's still something to take note of.
No, I can only imagine every single night this team plays, even after a win, they're watching VODs.
They have to be.
I think just through some discussions we've had with these players, yes, they wish as soon as this roster change went down that they'd be, competing for the best team in the world. But I think this team has one goal, and that is to be in the best prepared they can be in its 4 COD champs.
Well, if we can, I'd like to take a look at the overall best of 5 so we can talk a little bit about the search maps, because just off of memory, the only one that I've really seen UNILAD look strong on is Texas. That's where they've got the round 11 win versus Complexity. That's where they beat United as well. So you're not going to get Texas. And the one that I mentioned, the Arden Forest struggles for LG, where they've been 0-3, that won't be here either. So we're taking a look at St. Marie, and for St. Marie Search and Destroy, UNILAD's 1-1. Luminosity is yet to play. So, I mean, they haven't played it yet, so that could be interesting.
Yeah, and this could be one where, we saw it for LG in stage 1. Obviously it was the back half, but maybe they're just trying to figure out their map pool, what works best for them.
Well, we were really excited for this matchup, obviously, with the implications it has for the overall division and potential top 4s. Jess actually had the chance to talk with Slack of Luminosity, and on the other side, Wuskin. Curious to hear their thoughts.
Thanks, Clint. Well, yeah, before this match, Slack said Luminosity's feeling pretty good. Basically, they've been spending a lot of time going over the basics, hoping that it pays off, and indeed it looks like it has been paying off so far. Now, UNILAD, on the other hand, Wuskin said they are just pure confidence. He said that it's definitely going to be a 3-0 for UNILAD. So, sorry to break it to you, Wuskin. That's unfortunately, that ship has sailed, but I still liked that great answer he gave me. So, Clint and Joe, back over to you.
The ship has sailed and sunk.
Yeah, it's definitely 1-0 LG. They lost map 1.
No, I like the confidence, though. I mean, we've heard the same thing out of his brother Scraps at times, but
I don't think that was too bold. The way they've looked, the way LG has looked, I could have seen that. Well, this is why a lot of people think this is the best match today.
Well, we talked about it a little bit kind of before the division started on various shows, and also just in the green room chatted about it. And this is one that we highlighted, which could be a good match depending on where people were sitting. And we kind of got exactly what we wanted, at least with regards to records and the importance of this particular match. And again, we're only in the second week of 4 weeks. It's still early, but it is crucial because 2 and 4 for LG is terrifying. I mean, if you're UNILAD and you lose this and you're 3 and 3, it's not the end of the world, but you're sitting at 4 and 2, you're feeling damn good.
Yeah, I mean, besides Rise and Optic, depending on how this week finishes out, right, this could be very similar to Division A, where you have people at a couple of teams at 3 and 4, maybe a couple of teams at 4 and 3, even at 2 and 5, right? Looking at Division A, everybody's a game or two separated from one
and
another.
I think we saw something yesterday, with the Mind Freak victory that made it even more scary, because we've talked a lot about Mind Freak's inability to close out series. Now we saw them do it. If they continue to do it, God knows who they can pull an upset off. Like, this might end up being a bit more of a mess of a division than we thought it was going to be originally.
Yeah, I think Mind Freak has Rise today. United has a big day. They'll play Complexity again.
Imagine if Mind Freak come out and beat Rise.
Yeah, like Complexity, they just they just beat Ten of Minds. They'll be warmed up for that match, and then later tonight you have Optic versus United. So United, this is a big day for them.
All right. Well, let's get right into this game, too. It's going to be offense first for UNILAD. Again, they have played this St. Marie. They're played it twice. They're 1-1. First time for Luminosity, and it's an opening A hit.
Well, it looks like LG has done their homework because they sent nobody beat. They know what, obviously, UNILAD likes to do on their early offensive rounds.
Well, they at least have some gameplay to watch them
that's what I'm
playing
saying.
this, right?
So there we go. You have John. He's towards his middle cut. He gets traded out by Zed. Formal, he's going to peek and... Well, Formal did such a great job. It was actually the Pro League Challenge that I remember that LG played this map, and Formal did such a great job towards this A site. So we'll have to keep our eyes out on him.
Shots were maybe a little bit shaky, but ultimately he was able to get the kill. And now they have a big 3-on-1 advantage, and it looks like Wuskin's position known just by the angle you see Formal holding right now.
Yeah, and I think they know bombs down as well. It's such a tough spot. Formal not able to win that 1-versus-1.
That's I thought on the first gunfight his shot looked a little bit shaky, and you kind of saw it there. Wuskin able to take it. And that's not something we usually talk about Formal much with.
Oh, well, maybe lately.
Yeah.
You obviously have 25 seconds left. JCap, he's in the good position, top restaurant, but he can get picked here. But I imagine Cap probably saw that. He's not back on down, and now you have Slack. He's towards this A side. I just don't think there's enough time for Weston to do anything. You see Slack sort of run away. Cap, he's going to peek from top red. There we go. Good first round from LG.
Now, we mentioned wanting to focus on the offense of this LG team. Now, the stats go out the window a little bit because so much of it was based on Ardent 4. So they were specifically 3 and 10 on attacking rounds there. But sometimes, I mean, if you have a problem on one map on attack, let's say, does that carry over to other maps, or is it completely separate just depending on what map you're on?
It just depends. Obviously, those like sort of, what were they, 3 and 10? Whatever they were.
3 and 10 on attacking rounds on Ardent Forest.
It's obviously a lot different. I'd love to know how many times the bomb was planted. How many times is it 3-versus-3? Are they getting retook on? You do not want that at all.
So many different scenarios.
Yeah, like... That's, I think, one of the most important things is how can you hold a bomb setup, especially when you get it planted. And, well, 2 A hits in a row. LG. John already crossed towards the UNILAD side. That wasn't the best smoke, but he was so fast with Airborne that, UNILAD didn't expect that, and bombs being planted by Slack.
Well, he got spotted, but still, now you have to worry about him. Now his position's a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Exactly, because there's so much freedom for him to reign in the back line. But you do get the first blood and the second kill for UNILAD. So now John's position not all that advantageous unless Formal can make the play. 2 kills come through. Maybe he should have got to safety there to his left, but peeks out again. But the 2 kills do prove crucial as now John has a chance in a 1-on-1. 20 seconds remaining. Beams Alex as he hit through mid-cut, and that's 2 rounds in a row.
And you just saw the stars of Luminosity step up. Formal and John in a 2-versus-4 with that bomb down. This is what we expect of Luminosity. It just seems like the beasts have awoken a little bit here. There's that very situation where there was a retake, right? It was a 4-versus-4. It did get scary for LG, right? So maybe they do have some weaknesses when they have that bomb down, but a nice 2v4 clutch.
Yeah, you don't want to rely on 2v4 clutches.
No,
that's for sure. That's for sure. They got picked early and often, but still able to take the round. We've been focusing a lot on Luminosity early in this. Let's check out UNILAD's attack now. First time they were going to hit A. We'll follow Zed, who had a really, really tough game 1. We'll see if he can bounce back here, because he's had some really nice S&D performances. But they're going to be able to get the B site. You take a look at the position of the LG defense. They've got 1 kind of in the back lot and 2 playing around red. But now in a 4-on-4, bomb is planted for UNILAD, and they just have to hold this off. This is all based on the utility probably coming in from LG.
Yeah, you've heard nades go off. I was going to say from LG, and you like to see that. Now nades come in. John able to find that first blood. You do have Shawnee on the bomb. Right next to him, you have Alex. Yep, smoke goes down. You love that, but Shawnee's here. He's in a very good spot. John gets taken down. Yeah, Captain, see the edge of the smoke. Shawnee with great positioning, able to find 2. That's why it's so tough to retake that bomb site. But like you said, I felt like LG did that correctly. You had the utility. The nades find the first blood.
Was that smoke maybe a little bit off, like from where they wanted to set it there? The fact he was kind of able to peek through the edge?
Potentially, but I think the big thing is, I think when you retake bomb site, I think you have to have someone go from the flank. I think they sent John and Slack top red, and then 2 from their side. I think even it's worth sending 1 guy on the flank to just at least have that guy's attention. If he wins that 1v1, then you cause chaos for that team inside the site.
LG now back to offense, up 2-1. UNILAD on the board with their first round behind an impressive hold on that B site. It looks like Team both hit A during their first offensive rounds. This time, looked like LG wanted to focus B, but you see that UNILAD was able to get into the site defensively.
Looks like they're more focusing on Restaurant. I'm waiting for Slack. Yeah, he has Mountain on. He wants to get this first pick. Oh, not able to do it. That's exactly what you want, though. You want a PPSH versus an STG in that situation. And Oh, well, that goes towards Alex. John.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, that is a very tough shot. And then JCap gets taken down with bombs. So once again, you have John and Formal in a 2 versus 4.
Yeah, so again, the offense not looking good early, at least. You get an early 2v4s, but can they clutch again? Able to get behind one. John is going to fall. He knows the position of one at least top red. You see on X-ray multiple looking at him, is trying to get away, but will finally drop. So what, I mean, I know the 2 different setups from LG on offense were very different early on, but both had the same result with regards to 2 going down early. Is there anything you're seeing?
I mean, I didn't mind the play because what they're doing is they're basically saying, all right, we know what UNILAD's doing. They're playing so B heavy. So let's sort of throw sort of an A-hit setup and then just focus on the guy's top restaurant. If you get those kills, maybe you rotate that bomb over, but it really just comes down to that 1 versus 1 between Slacked and Alex. If he's able to win that one, then that whole round changes, and then Cap gets picked off, and then once again, you're in that situation. So if Slacked wins that gunfight against Alex...
Goes very differently.
Yes.
John getting picked immediately, trying to flood into this site defensively, played a little bit different, but they are just getting halted at that front line. Slack now the last man up. He did manage to get in, but he's by himself. Formal gets a kill on the other side as well, and Slack wins the gunfight. He gets traded, but now it's quickly going to be a one-on-one. The 2 members that were building towards streaks from UNILAD did drop, but this is going to be big. You have the cover to work with it there, Zed. How does he play? Oh, he's just going to push it out immediately. Nice play. Maybe catches him off guard a little bit. I think if I'm Formal, I'm not expecting that.
Yeah, we saw Zed in a very similar situation yesterday in a 1 versus 2. You know, when he just jumps off a top red, he just destroys one. The guy's on the bomb just plays so quick. He knows he has a PPSH in that situation.
I like it because, you know, you're probably thinking if you're Formal there, he's going to set up on tower. He's going to be on the bomb heady. I'm going to have to peel him off, basically. Instead, all of a sudden, he's up in your face.
Yep.
I like that from Zed. The aggression pays off. And that's a big round victory there for UNILAD. Now they're up 3-2.
That's big for him, you know, based off his map 1 performance.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we'll follow Zed here for a moment as he's on a 3 streak. Quickly with the airborne class getting into red. The push is going to come over to the A site, though. Wuskin is here. Wuskin able to hit the first shots. John, once again, going to be first blooded out of this round quickly. John beams another. The trade comes in late, but the result the same. Formal left alone from Luminosity. He's got bomb. That's it.
Yeah, a minute left. I mean, you just can't get first blooded towards that site if you're hitting towards A. That just immediately halts the push. You need numbers on this site. And Formal, and basically an impossible situation, able to find one on Zed. Knows the pressure's coming in. Tries to snap back, but even if he gets that kill, that third player was coming through.
I think he was pushed up the tower already. It was getting close.
I mean, after the first offense, which is a 2v4 clutch, these past couple of offenses from Luminosity have not looked very good.
Well, and that, you know, we mentioned maybe throw the stats out the window because it was a struggle on Ardent Forest, but it seems to be a similar issue here. What's the biggest difference for you between, like, offense and defense as a team? Like, why would you be good on one and struggle on another, I guess, is maybe what I'm saying.
I guess you just sort of have to realize it's a lot of timing, right? Like, where are the defensive players going to be? How are you going to try and set up that bomb plant? When are we going to go for it? After we get that positioning on the bomb, how are we going to set up? Where do we want our players? I think there's just a lot more steps to offense than defense, because defense, it's pretty similar, right? Where are they hitting? Let's rotate to that bomb site together. It's tough on offense at times.
Well, the defense for LG works out. Slack gets a nice 2-piece as his nade comes through, and they just bully their way on through the A site and take control. Similar to what round 1 kind of. UNILAD tries to work towards A. Seems like they're very ready for it. And LG able to take the round. The question is going to be, when is that offensive victory going to come?
Yeah, I mean, offense is just tough because it's so many situations that you put yourself into, and you just try to make it sort of every single time you want it as basically as similar as possible as the last one. And if someone messes up a timing one time, allows a player through, if UNILAD throws something where they, you know, catch them off guard, it can just definitely change with that offensive round.
Well, offense yet again for LG. Can they catch Shawnee getting into the site?
I don't even know if I was going to say. That's the first hit marker. Maybe it was that stun. None of the nades hit Shawnee. Shawnee now in a very good position. He also has help from Zed up top. Well, once again, you have LG basically halted at the front door, and I don't think you have much utility left.
Well, exactly. Once you use those grenades, what's the call? It looks like the call is going to be the wrap. So
yeah, they have to.
They're going to try and make the play over. So the big guy here is going to be likely Alex if he gets to a position to peek out that top red window. Wuskin at least gets a lot of information here and actually pushes Cap back. Alex should get to the window here momentarily. Can we hop over to Alex?
Formal's actually crossed already. He's crossed already.
That's what I was wondering.
This is the first time Alex has peeked this.
That's what I was worrying about that whole time, is when is he going to get positioned to see this? I thought as soon as Wuskin got the vision with the sniper, he'd check it. But maybe a little bit worried he was going to get pushed through bottom red.
Poor Slacked. JCap able to find one, though. Slacked hasn't left that bomb site yet. You have John and JCap on their side of the map. Alex, nice shots from him. Slacked, though, he hops on the barrel. Nice shots in that 4 versus 2. Wuskin able to find one. Zed able to find one as well. Now it's a 2v2.
Looks like Wuskin is ready for Formal having potentially pushed through. The pressure is going to come in. Formal's going to have to rotate. Wuskin and Zed trying to make the play. He's sitting at back green. They're both going to get cut down, and I believe Formal lined them both up as they crossed.
Yeah, it was a little odd. It felt like Zed, they might have known someone was on their side, but they kind of gave it up. They were just like, screw it, let's try to hop on this bomb potentially.
Well, from that opening angle, Wuskin was holding towards back bar, and I thought they were aware something was up. Yeah, like I got to wait and hold this, but.
And they knew Slacked was back green tower.
Yeah, it might have just been more kind of guessing. Just flip a coin, we got to hit a side.
Yeah.
But there you go. Offensive, well, much cleaner offensive round. Despite the fact that their opening hit towards B didn't work, they're able to wrap day and make it work. And I don't know if that was more of maybe a mistake from UNILAD, at least with map awareness or Luminosity making the play.
I think if Wuskin is watching that middle strip with the sniper, Alex has to play a little bit more risky in that top window. It's very hard to lose that gunfight. You can easily stay alive. Nice nades, though, from LG on this round. But I think the reason you have Wuskin there is to watch that middle street. So if anybody hops up on him, you just snipe him.
Formal on a flank, JCap watching any kind of push through, and John dealing with mid-street. The 3 players of UNILAD doing what they can to maybe get this bomb down. Nice play by Wuskin, once again winning a big one-on-one gunfight. The smoke is going to get in, the flank now coming in. This is the one thing you kind of questioned them on the first time they tried to retake. No one hitting the flank.
I was going to say, if Formal wins this just changes everything. And there we go. JCap able to find one, able to find the second as well. He uses that smoke to his advantage. Can he find the third? Not able to do so. Wuskin cleans it up. Great round from him, but JCap made that a little scary.
He did. And this time, LG tries to retake it a little bit differently behind the smoke. You had the player on the flank.
But you can see what kind of happens, right? When they know there's a player behind them, they sort of move around that tower. There's some openings that open up. It makes it a lot more chaotic. It gives that defensive team a chance.
Yeah, they had a chance to win it. Just came up a little bit short. And now pushing it to match point will be UNILAD, up 5-4 in this one. Let's see if LG can take this to a round 11. They're going to have to do it on offense, which has been shaky really outside of one round. Multiple times they've invested their grenades into this B site, found nothing, and then had to play behind it
as well.
It looks like they go a bit deep, so Shawnee not going to take much damage at all as he gets down below this window here.
There is an opening, though. I don't know where Zed is right now, but there's nobody helping Shawnee.
There's going to be a one-on-one on the other side, too.
Now it's Zed rotating over. Yeah, Formal, trying to find that one player. He knows that something could be up, but once again, there we go. Wuskin finds that first blood. There's no nades, no utility for LG to do anything, so they can't go B, and Zed finds another pick.
Great job from UNILAD trying to close it out here on defense. Another 4v2. They've enjoyed many from this position. JCap and Slack gonna have to make the play. Wuskin toying with his food right now. The challenge comes in, the help is there, and suddenly it falls to Slacked. He's at least able to win the first one-on-one. Getting pushed from below as he's weak, and there you go, UNILAD get a big victory there, 6-4 in Search and Destroy.
Listen, if you were gonna throw 6 nades into that site, to me, you have to go. Follow it up. At least you have the trade potential between guys like John and Slacked. You can obviously see there's some frustration. JCap's like, hey, what happened here and here? But that was 2 rounds that they went to be. Shawnee's the only guy in there. That round, they didn't even have Zed to help him out, right? He was down low, Restaurant. The one round you had him up top, but it's only one guy.
Was that the first round that Formal tried to be aggressive on A?
Yeah.
Every other time they went to B, they had kind of that 4 stack out front, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, it gets caught. Wuskin had a lot of key kills.
What I'm saying is just hit it.
Yeah.
Hit the bomb site.
LG falls short, and UNILAD, we've got a series here. All tied up at 1 apiece. It's CTF up next. Luminosity is 4-1 in the mode. We'll be right back. UNILAD coming off a big win there in Search and Destroy, Joe, but now we're headed to CTF, and that has been the one shining light of LG, and specifically on this map, they are 3-0 on Flak Tower. UNILAD sitting at 1-1, so they've got their work cut out for them for sure here.
Well, they definitely do, but a great opening start as 4 go down for LG. Only Slacked won a gunfight, and you can see Wuskin trying to get set up with this STG. You have Shawnee as well. Double STG off the start. Sometimes we see that just off the break. Slack, though, with a nice place nade. You can see the pressure still here as Wuskin. He's already 4-0, make it 5-0. And where we go, Alex finds a kill, and there's already 1 flag already.
Get him back, maybe kill the carrier,
Yeah,
and get the points.
Do.
Absolutely,
Yep.
That's why he's hightailing it back right now with Zed. He wants the points. There's the team kill. The plus 50 for the flag grab, and now flushing through the score as he's got a glide bomb early in this one. That feels good, man. 5-0 start with a score in the opening 60 seconds. So much for that 3-0 record for LG I was talking about.
Yeah, and you already have Alex in position to pull another flag. There we go. So you have Slack who just spawned up. Wuskin, he gets fully streaked out. The slaying already so strong for UNILAD. Zed gets taken down, but Alex is in a great position. Formal, though, found 2 on the opposite side of the map, so Alex is just trying to play his life, just try to be a nuisance for LG.
He's just dancing around right now as JCap is trying to hunt him down. Wins that one, but they sent 2 after him. John ultimately gets it. Now, Formal, a big part of kind of opening up the mid-map as he's on a 4 streak right now. They've got a 3-man hit here. You get a nice spawn for JCap, who's going to be able to push up the map. That's going to make them invest a streak early in this. It won't connect with anything, and you still have all 4 players here. Shawnee, though, wins a big one-on-one to at least slow this pressure, and LG just kind of playing it slow right now.
Yeah, I mean, you have 4 players up. I don't necessarily know if you have to invest a glide bomb there. You know, just sort of let LG test out your defense a little bit. Maybe Wuskin plays a little bit safe, and if a guy goes down, you call it in. I just think streaks are way too good on attack, because if you get a team trapped in their base, you call 1 streak in, that sort of starts that 4 versus 3, almost like breaking a hard point, which we always talk about. So we'll see if, you know, you wish you had one of those back, but...
Well, I mean, Shawnee, though, made a good play at least to make the streak in a way worthwhile.
Well, he is 11-1.
Yeah, he's on a tear.
He's going to get another glide bomb, so it won't matter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He gets it 30 seconds later. Who cares? Now, this is what you talked about. The streaks being used offensively. Spotting Formal in the back. He's gone. Vision on Slack. He's erased.
Flag's already taken. You already have Shawnee. He's able to pull that flag. That's why offensive streaks are so strong on Flak Tower. Just due to the nature of the map, you automatically have that team trapped in their base. Shawnee, he's going to put this one away. A 2-0 lead for UNILAD, looking great here in Game 3.
And, man, I know there have been some nice moments for Shawnee and Alex, but Wuskin has just been
a beast.
Dominant. On the other end, JCap, we talk about CTF being a strong mode for him. I know they've been dealing with a lot of pressure from UNILAD early, but he's got to pick it up. 1-8 right now. That's not going to win you a CTF map.
No, it's definitely not. Nobody really performing too well. John and Formula are doing okay, but it's just all the pressure is here from UNILAD.
Well, it's tough when
the thing is you don't have a glide bomb, you have a fighter pilot to deal with now.
Yeah, you're fighting out of spawn constantly. You're dealing with streaks. You know, it's similar to the hard point on the other end, right? LG gets an early lead. They get streaks early, and you feel like you're playing off your back foot the entire time. Can LG get anything going? Zed stomping around above Formal. Formal's in between a couple of players. Zed on the hunt. Shawnee's going to be able to pick up the kill, and that's going to be the cue to get going. 2 players up for Luminosity. Alex working on some streaks right now as he's 10-3 on a 5 streak. He's erupted right behind Wuskin. Those 2 combined, 24-6. Wuskin finds another pick. Shawnee's involved as well. Zed there. JCap last up, and he's got to make a play. JCap's doing it. He had 1 kill before this, and JCap gets all 3. That's how you come alive in a big moment, from 1-9 to 4-9.
Yeah, that's why at times there's always KD doesn't matter too much, because you can have impact plays like that. Such a huge play. I was literally going to make the point that 4 minutes into the game, on one side you had JCap with 1 kill, on the other side you had Zed with 2 kills, some slow games from them, but yeah, JCap just made the play up.
That saved that was a score. If he doesn't get all 3, it's probably a score.
Yeah,
or at least darn close to it.
I mean, Zed already has a flag away, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. I don't know if it's due to the one-on-ones that UNILAD's winning right now, but flags are just being taken like crazy right now from UNILAD. They're just winning those gunfights, getting on in. Nice shots, though, from Slides. He stopped that. You can see the top right as well. They invested the artillery to try to cut off the overextension from LG. Slack, though, with the help of John, they're putting pressure now on the UNILAD base, and I like that smoke play from them.
Cuts off the angle for the spawners on the opposite side. Slacked on a tear right now as he's found 3 in transition across the map. He's going to go ahead and pull this. Takes a one-on-one. He drops.
Player left.
Straight out.
Left.
Still here. John's still here. That's going to be a tough gunfight to win.
Oh, he's able to win it. I don't know. Oh, there we go. He spotted the last player. He's going to have help from JCap here soon.
This is so big for LG there. If he's able to win that gunfight, maybe get some help, get some streaks, maybe a last-second cap in the first half. But the story is UNILAD. The story is Wuskin. Wuskin started off 11-1, just winning gunfight after gunfight. I mean, you just never allowed LG to get comfortable. It was from the opening break that Wuskin just took over.
Now, we did see something similar yesterday, though, between, I believe it was Optic and Complexity, you know, where Optic, they were on one side, they got 2 flags. That's the side that UNILAD was just on. Now it's LG's turn, and we saw Cole. They were able to tie this up and take it into overtime.
And you didn't, and no streaks come into the second half, which is a big part of it as well.
Definitely so. So we'll see if LG can turn things around. JCap, nice shots on the Zed. John able to find one, and just off the break, it's a bit of a different pace already. You already have John here in the base. He's gonna need a flag attempt. Let's see if he can get this out. He basically has a 1 versus 3. He's gonna get help from Slack here in a couple of seconds, but right now he's just trying to buy time. And he might have bought enough time. Slack's here to help him now.
Slack wins a big gunfight.
You do have
He's got help on the other side too. This is all he has to win. He wins that. Now you just have to worry about Alex if he can make any kind of sneak play.
They gotta go back with him. Okay.
They're all going back. They know one's missing. Alex waiting here. Alex eliminated.
Wow, what a play from John.
Into the opening 50 seconds of the second half, you get a score for LG. So very similar, well, very similar result at least that we saw from UNILAD on this side in the first half.
Well, that's why I love when players, even if it's a 1 versus 2 situation and sort of in flag tower, you can be so sneaky, so creative with the flag on this map that I don't mind it. Like, just go for the flag pull. Try to make something happen at times.
Sometimes just making it a little chaotic, a little sloppy.
Yep.
Can lead to success. We've seen a lot of different playstyles in this particular map, talking about, well, weapon setup, how they take the actual attacks. But now with 3.5 remaining, Luminosity still looking to tie this up or potentially take the lead. JCap.
Yeah, you can see 2 and 3. They know that they still haven't found JCap, and JCap actually snuck on through. He threw that nade, though. That might make them turn around. Yeah, Alex is going to turn around.
So the return comes in there. And now Alex, tough gunfight for him, but at least Zed is able to pick up 1. Make sure John just can't get to, well, John is still going to be able to get to aggressive position. We should be shot in the back here momentarily. Well,
didn't die, though. That player might get traded as well. And here we go. LG, they have map control just due to John on this side of the map. They're trying to find him. Like, you see Shawnee just going around that top gun area. There we go. Able to finally clean him on up. Formally, it's taken down by Alex. But once again, as soon as we flipped halves, it's just been all LG in the base of UNILAD.
Can they turn it into another score, though? Will be the question. They didn't get the streaks very early like you had with Wuskin that helped in a couple of different scenarios, and now they have to play on the defensive side. 3 players coming in from UNILAD. Zed, Shawnee, and Alex doing what they can from this right side of the map. Shawnee wins a nice gunfight. Alex next up wins a big one. You still have Formal and John here to try and hold this off. Make that all 4 dead, and Alex gets the touch. And if he can get this home, that's some streaks. JCap's going to spawn right in front of him, though. JCap's right in front of him, but can't finish the kill.
One in the back as well, slacked. Yeah, that is pretty fortunate right there for Luminosity.
Did they get the streaks for Alex, though? Did he pick up that kill right before he dropped onto JCap?
They got a bomb.
Okay, so you did get 1.
You still have pressure as well. Wuskin and Shawnee finding some kills. You just have JCap up. And one thing I noticed as well in that kill feed, I believe Formal switched over to a bar. You know, he's typically an STG guy. And yeah, he made that switch. Wuskin able to find him. And just like that, it's 4 down. This will be a flag. And UNILAD looking so strong here. We were talking about how this has really been the saving grace for LG, but a performance of 9 and 20 from JCap does not help the side of LG.
They want to keep the pressure coming.
Yeah, they already have another flag out.
Fly bomb doesn't connect, but you do have a couple players here to make a play on the other side. It's going to be Slacked and John. They get the flag out on the other end. The pinch going to come in from the spawners of LG. Shawnee's going to drop. There's 1 player left with the flag. They got to find him. They got to find him. John hasn't been able to have the kill. He's winning the gunfight, so Wuskin able to win that one. They'll get a glide bomb. Nice.
That's a counter.
It's a big gunfight from JCap.
Yeah, that's a counter, and you have Formal here. He's going to find 2 as well. Oh no, this is so scary for UNILAD. The relay is on, and he gets out. And then just like that, you have Slack set up on the overextension. Fly bomb on in. Slack's gonna find 1 though. That's a good trade out of Zed. Not able to find that kill. And LG might have just tied this game up. It's 1 player. It's on his Zed right now.
Can Zed do it? Zed is here. Zed wins the first. The flag is coming in, though. There's the score. There's the streaks. And the lead for UNILAD has evaporated as the bar on Formal warms up, and LG running through them like a train here in the final moments. But there's still a chance. You've still got some time on the clock to maybe make a play. You don't want Formal to get any more streaks, that's for sure. And he's going to use it. I don't know if he needed to. There's only 2 really up from this position.
He just wants to take this to overtime. I think after that effort, they don't want to risk anything.
Gets him an artillery as well, I guess.
They should find, I was going to say, should find that fighter pilot. If he gets an assist here, there we go. Finds a fighter pilot, gets another kill. Formal heating up here with the bar. Maybe that switch, that gun switch right there, able to send them into OT. And wow, what a change that just happened within 90 seconds. So, you know how we always talk about how a team like EG, they play so conservative when they have a lead. You know, if they have a 2-1 lead or a 3-1 lead, the reason they don't go for pulls like that is because they don't want to counter. You know, they don't want a perfect pull when they have a lead. They'd much rather just trap the enemy team in their base, waste their time. UNILAD there, while it was 3 dead, that leads to a counter, which leads to a relay.
Wow, that I'm sure a European Call of Duty fan was painful to watch the final 90 seconds of that one, but it's not over yet. They had that 2-cap cushion. It disappears, but it's still tied up. Now let's head to OT. Formal ended on a 6 streak.
And he has his does. He pulls out Mountain as well. Weston has Mountain on. So, you know, those stuns much more effective. Stuns and nades. See Slack, nice nade on his Zed. But just back and forth right now. But ever since Formal has pulled out this bar, he has really turned it around for Luminosity.
Certainly has. We'll see if he can keep it going. Wuskin, the AR on the other end, making the plays as well. He's still got the STG out, but he has had an incredible game. 30 and 12 from Wuskin.
I didn't even notice that.
But you need to get it. Well, I mean, it's from he started 11-1.
That's
He's just
ridiculous.
been crushing.
Yeah.
But you need to get the victory behind it. I mean, UNILAD has outplayed LG for what, 9 out of 11 minutes thus far? It's just that little bit at the tail end of regulation that really is going to haunt him.
Yeah, but they have a good push right now. 3 go down. Formal, the last player up. He does find one on a Shawnee. That might slow things down.
This is the gun you want. This is where you want the STG.
Yeah, but he knows nades are going to be coming in, so I like this repositioning. He waits for Zed as well. Just 2 players left from LG side. He might have to invest in the streaks now if you're Formal. 4 go down.
Zed just killed the entire squad, and now Zed working towards streaks. Formal not moving. Looks like he's going to pull in the artillery. Will they be able to get there in time?
It's just in the mid.
Yeah, just going to run up the middle. No one in a position to make a play on this. And in 90 seconds, UNILAD get it on the board in a race. A heartbreaking into regulation. Excellent job. And Zed, man, Zed was a monster there at the end.
You know what could have happened right there if he gets blown up and then Formal calls in a fighter pilot? Like, all right.
Should have gotten scary. So now basically, if you're LG, you have to win these opening gunfights, and you have to use this fighter pilot. But look at this. Wuskin has a streak. Remember, Zed working towards them as well. They might get enough streaks here to take them out of this, depending on what Zed's able to do.
I'm going to say, there we go, 2 go down. And okay, so he's going to try and call it in right away. But you can see how Formal's playing. Look how far back Formal is. He's going to try and call in that fighter pilot. Here it comes right now from the side of Formal, but he sees nothing due to that mountain. You love that switch from the side of UNILAD. That's what we were just pointing out, and now it's on these 3 players of LG in a great position. JCap, though, was weakened by that nade. Formal, the last player alive with John.
32 and 12 on a 6 streak now. Wuskin streaks to work with. This should be over as long as you get good streak use and not like an unfortunate timely death of Wuskin. You feel good about closing this out. Here comes in 1.
Yeah, I like this.
Fighter pilot in. Not able to connect, but it's going to buy some time. And Zed and Shawnee able to find a couple of kills. Now it's on JCap and Formal. They don't have much time. They've got to go. They've got to go. They each win their individual gunfights, but Shawnee is there to trade out 1. JCap falls as well, and that'll do it. You just don't have enough time. And despite the heroics to end regulation for Luminosity, look at Wuskin's performance. 34 and 14. Zed had the quad in the base to save the game. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you feel like if UNILAD loses that in the way they did, you go to game 4, it's probably over, right? You think it's a 3-1 series, but right now, UNILAD behind what a performance from Wuskin. And then, as you said, Zed and OT. And you look at the side of LG. This is what happens when somebody slows down, and it was Cap and Slack. Like, they can't allow that to happen. They have to bring out really how they were playing in game 1 to every single respawn.
That had to be frustrating to play against. Wuskin just putting on a masterclass with the AR and punishing LG over and over and over. That's one of those games where you start out hot and just never look back. He never slowed down throughout the course of that game.
I hope we get Red versus Uni and Anaheim. I hope they get in this game. Oh,
yeah, we need that. We need that.
I think if they place 4th, I think I saw them on Twitter. I think they get into that pool.
That'd be fun because, I mean, when it was UNILAD, obviously Wuskin was highlighted a lot last year for his S&D performances, what stood out to me. This year, been overshadowed by Scraps, obviously, when they were on the same roster. But now that, Scraps is gone, Wuskin has had to step it up, and he absolutely has.
No, but it's not like Wuskin was like...
No, I know.
He had solid stats. He was performing well.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, I feel like we just highlight Scraps a lot more because he had been so good. Yeah. And now it's like it's the Wuskin show, baby. He's here, and that was just an incredible game.
And who knows? Maybe down the line, those two get back together, create the best team in Europe.
No, it'll be Arcides, Prestiti, Scraps, and Wuskin. Just the brother squad.
That team would probably be horrendous.
I think they'd be good, actually.
You're right. It could end up okay.
It'd be comical as hell. That's what it would be.
Yeah. No, it'd be pretty good. Yeah. Scraps and Pristini running around. Arcides, he would flex.
I think that team actually would be kind of nasty.
Maybe we'll see it.
I doubt it, but maybe. Just for the fun, I'd enjoy it. But LG, after they had a very, very good game one. Probably, I mean, at least for me, casting and watching, the best hardpoint I've seen him play on the first game. Then they get beat 6-4 on Search and Destroy. Some clutch moments from UNILAD down the stretch, and really Luminosity's inability to win those offensive rounds, which has plagued them so far. Then we get to the CTF. Like we talked about, the bread and butter for LG, especially on Flak Tower. They're handling their first loss, and I know there are 4 people on the UNILAD roster, and all 4 had their moments, but my God, man.
And I think the guys on the desk talked about it. It just feels like UNILAD wants it more than everyone else, and a good couple of first weeks can set you up so well to where, I mean, yes, the pressure will be on the back half of Division B, but this sets them up, I mean, to get in the playoffs, to get top 4.
And next week, guys, I know we're talking about top 4 for stage 2, but next week, one of the most iconic events in the history of the Call of Duty World League, in the history of Call of Duty esports. It's Anaheim. Joe's birthday is June 15th. Which means I'm going to be hungover for the first day of matches. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to behave. We're going to behave. But I'm really excited. Buy tickets, and go. It's going to be great. Southern California, it's going to be 75 degrees and sunny.
Or 95.
Or 95, but it won't be humid, so it'll feel great. But now Luminosity trying to push this to a Game 5. They've got to take this hard point. They looked so good in the first one.
And you love to see this from JCap. Obviously, he has 3 kills in the first 30 seconds of this game. Remember, he was at 1-9, throughout 4 minutes of that CTF, so a much better start here from Cap. Sitting at 4-0, already working on some streaks. You already know that's in the back of his mind. Even with 30 seconds left on Statue, he's just trying to get easy kills, trying to pepper UNILAD, get those assist points. We'll see if he can get some streaks, but I think he just saw Alex. This is a little bit scary now. Yeah, he's going to get taken down. But a great start for LG, 31 points on Statue.
They've got a bit of a split here. 2 are going to spawn underground. And due to Wuskin pushing back through, are they going to be prepared for him and Cole? You're dealing with pressure from water, and then also on the top side, Wuskin's able to line it up, at least get that first kill. Zed will continue to watch water, but the pressure going to be coming in top, and then one spawning all the way out at Old.
And once again, sort of the same situation where Shawnee is just sort of, yes, they spawned underground, and Shawnee's been cutting it off. And once again, he can play spoiler to LG's push. They traded effectively, though. John finds a kill. Formal finds a kill. Now you have the pinch from Cap. Watch that number 6 arrow. That's going to be a big gunfight. Wuskin and Shawnee, they lock it down.
Fantastic stuff as Wuskin continues an MVP-like performance in this series as he's 7-4 on a 4 streak, working towards streaks yet again. And despite the fact that Luminosity had a great opening hard point, and UNILAD bringing it right back on Main Street, they're trying to, 4-man hit this through mid-cut. It looks like for the moment they're able to bully their way through, but they haven't been able to crack into the actual hard point. Wuskin waiting at the edge. Zed last man of the hard point, fighting for these final 15 seconds.
If I'm slacked, I just die here, though. All right, so they do have positioning, though. But right now, with 8 seconds left, you have a 3 versus 2. But Formal, he's going to lock this down.
Can they hold it? You're relying on your teammates. It's trust here. Can you hold it? Zed probably had both of them 1 bullet and just couldn't finish either. So now you get the 10 seconds of scrap time. You're in okay position here to get set for the next hard point, but the pressure is now coming in from UNILAD.
Yeah, we'll see JCap in a great spot here. They may not expect him to be here. Really though, JCap the only one in the hill. Wuskin, he's controlling top middle. And when is Alex gonna go? When he finally gets some help. But if you're LG, you're okay with this. Is they're just allowing you to get map presence. Nobody's helping out Alex. Nobody's helping out JCap. JCap finally goes, wins that gunfight, and 4 go down for UNILAD. With 20 seconds left, look at the yellow arrows. They're trying to go all the way around to get barrel control.
So they're going around for control, but you've got Slacked already set up in barrel. Formal going to deal with the push through Cole and underground. So a lot of pressure going to be coming to him in a moment here. You've got Wuskin pushing underground, 2 players in Cole. He checks underground, able to win the first gunfight. He knows they're pushing here as well.
Good play.
Good help from Slacked at the back car. Oh, well, the back car.
No, he needs to stay alive right there. We'll see where he spawns, okay. But I don't think he has to over-challenge that. Just staying alive, underground stairs, that's just a bit of an over-challenge. Just buy time for your teammates to rotate, and now you've lost the spawns. You've lost the setup.
And I think that's been something, you know, other players and commentators have been critical of Formal a bit this year. Just over-challenging and not valuing his life enough. He might be able to make a...
But, well, he just found 3 kills, so this allows his team to push on up. So he brings it back by spawning out UNILAD. So we can critique him all I want. He gave him that hill control.
Well, LG now over the 80-point mark. 25 seconds remaining here on barrel. Formal patrolling mid-map. Backing down Shawnee, finishing Shawnee with the grenade there as he's 13-9. I know we've been highlighting Formal a bit, but honestly, I mean, he's been under a lot of criticism, and so far, I mean, this has been one of his better series, at least statistically, with this LG lineup.
Definitely has.
See if they can continue it, but they have to take this to get to even see the Game 5 due to incredible play here of UNILAD.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help him out. So when he goes back and watches his VOD, he's like, all right, Joe says stay alive, I should stay alive there. You know? Here we go, Formal on a 4 spree. And looking at the side, I mean, very similar to Game 1, where the slaying of LG just so strong. And the 2 players that stand out for me are Alex and Zed. I mean, when we've watched them in hard points previously against other teams, they've dominated. And right now, they're not putting up the best stats.
We've got Slacked, Formal, Cap. I mean, everybody really having a good performance here. Now the streak's coming in. Trying to get the hard point, but beaming right now. 7 in a row for Formal at 18-9. 10 points off the fighter pilot.
He's feeling good.
This is the Formal you remember.
No, yeah.
Head of Alex sent to another realm as the streak continues.
But it's kind of what we talked about. Like, he obviously knows he has to be in this position with an AR.
Jeez.
Like, when he knows where he has to go and where he can find easy kills, he's on an 11 spree, and he's not missing.
And it's half of these have been headshots just picked out of windows. Finally going to drop as he gets in, but a tear from Formal there as he gets up to 22-10. And yeah, I mean, we keep highlighting because that's the big question with this LG team. When's he going to find a rhythm with his squad right now on this map? Well, in the 2 hard points, especially happening. But now LG have to fight back in. Luminosity in control of Statue. They're spawning out useless. It's going to be Shawnee trying to control inside. Alex roaming this B street. Streaks now coming in.
I like that. Don't allow UNILAD to get any extra points on this Statue hill, right? You know, we saw in that first hill, you know, LG was able to get 31 points. So invest in the glide bomb. You still have your big guns with the fighter pilot. Don't allow them to set up. I mean, LG hasn't gotten a lot of points, but UNILAD was in a position where they could be at 100 points right now.
They absolutely could. The final 10 seconds, the Statue going to go the way of LG. The setup for UNILAD getting ready at Main Street. Shawnee in a big position here. He's got help from Zed to deal with the pressure coming from Cole and Underground. Shawnee spots the first, tries to get a nade in. Almost keeps holding forward. You love that if you're Shawnee. You got the PPSH in that spot. You're able to win it. Now you're spawning them all out lower docks.
Yeah, his Formal's going to probably invest his fighter pilot here. He's actually calling the artillery. Okay. He's going to put it on that hill. Once again, the play is not to just break the hill, but keep them off of it, you know, and that sucks if you're UNILAD because you've had control of 2 hills in a row. Really, really solid setups, and that's just what streaks can do.
And it's the same story as Game 1. Same story as Game 1. You give up the streaks, and the slaying edge is so big to LG early. It just punishes you throughout the course of the game. Now, can you get the nice thing here, though, is you just gave streaks to Formal. Last time it was streaks to 3 members of LG. Yeah. And it was the same story over and over and over again throughout the course of that Arden Forest. Woo. Nice break here. Not a lot of time left.
Yeah, but
at least get about a hard point.
That'll allow them to rotate. You already have Weston in this position. You know, with this STG, he's going to have a challenge against Formal. I like that. Backs on down. He has help from Alex from down low. Great setup right here from UNILAD, and this could be the opportunity for them to break on in. And we know if you can connect this lower docks warehouse and barrel building, that puts you right back in the game.
Absolutely. I mean, you hold it well, you can have a lead when this is all said and done. Alex wins the first gunfight coming from
so
the
there's a
punch.
smoke from LG. You don't see that too often on this hill. Slack, though, just trying to cut off Wuskin's positioning.
This has been great. Now can Wuskin maybe give LG a taste of their own medicine? Get some streaks here in a hard point. Turns, hasn't finished cap yet, just trying to play his life. He knows how close he is. This is an important moment for the UNILAD side. Can he get these streaks and continue to contest on this hard point?
So many nades right now. He's gonna peek it now. Able to find a couple, finds a glide bomb. Can he find the rest?
What a play by Wuskin. To play his life there, dodge all the nades, and if he can take out JCat, get the streaks.
LG has spawns, he's getting pinched. Oh, he's able to win that one as well. Oh, he can't get the fighter pilot.
That would have been
But LG, I was so focused on Wuskin, I'm not sure how they got barrel building control.
Me too, I was so focused on him getting the streaks.
A great rotation from Luminosity.
I think they might have, when he killed two there, they must have got a nice spawn. They
must have. Here we go, he's gonna call in the glide bomb, no. But remember, Formal still has that fighter pilot, and he isn't gonna find that. I don't know if that was due to spawn protection or what, but Slack stays alive. Gets taken down by Alex, but Formal still back driveway. Another position. Just play your life. Be a nuisance. Allow your teammates to help you. Look, 3 players are focused on Formal right now. This allows Luminosity to push up. This is what we're talking about. Formal gets a kill. This could be an LG break.
Break looks to be on. One more player here. Not traded though. Shawnee goes big with both kills. A split spawn then comes in from Luminosity. Shawnee, great job just keeping them in this game. Those 20 seconds go the way of LG. That just spells disaster.
Yeah, but if you're LG, right, you got it down to a 1 versus 1. If Formal wins it, boom, he's the hero.
I think they played it right. It's just Shawnee. Shawnee goes huge. Shawnee goes absolutely huge. This is a completely different scoreline and very scary for UNILAD if he doesn't take both of them.
Definitely so. Shawnee now in another great position. Does get traded out. The one good thing for LG is you do have low water spawns. You can get some nice nades in. Formal trying to control this backside towards this useless building. Get some early shots into Shawnee. Artillery down low. Doesn't find that kill either. That's a little bit scary. You do still have the fighter pilot. Formal's not moving off spawn. So there we go. He's going to call it in, but Cap just got a couple of kills. So 4 dead. He's going to try and spawn kill. He's able to find another one as well. This will allow them to eat some time.
I know. Basically everybody coming out of useless. You spot it with the fighter pilot, and the teammates can get in position to pick it up. The one that didn't spawn there mid-map, I believe, was Wuskin, who's ultimately able to get a kill at mid-map. But with the scoreline the way it is, every second here so big at Crane for Luminosity.
And I want to talk about it, man. If they don't have streaks, I think UNILAD probably is like in the lead right now.
They could have won maybe both hard points.
Yeah, they broke the main street hill. They broke the statue setup with that glide bomb. Really just the streaks have been so strong here from Formal. You know, he's at 36 and 22. You also have Cap working on a spree, but just 12 more seconds from them. But they've had such big swings with those streaks.
The kill feed, all blue. LG looking for the final 5 seconds. Spawning out is UNILAD. The final ticks are here. And Joey D, we got ourselves a game 5, pal.
Yeah, this is why people talked about this being the best match of the day, potentially.
This is everything we wanted. This is awesome. Great.
You and I got a game 5.
Yeah, about time, man. Great series on our hands. But I tend to agree with the point you made. Like,
that a main street setup.
It's almost like you can say UNILAD. You know, I'll play them a lot of times. It's just
at least on that second rotation.
The streaks bail you out.
Yeah, that second rotation. They had the early statue control. Formal calls in a glide bomb. No team really gets a lot of time, but it keeps UNILAD off of it. Same with Main Street. They get a perfect hold. They have one guy coal room. You're spawning Luminosity towards that lower water side. Then you call in that artillery strike, and that keeps them off of that hill. I mean, that's why streaks are so scary.
Well, guys, London Docks is what pushed it to a game 5, and we're staying here for a game 5. It's London Docks Search and Destroy coming up next. Luminosity, UNILAD on the brink in an important match. We'll be right back.
and gentlemen, welcome to the CWL Pro League presented by the PlayStation 4.
Black goes down, folks, with the comeback complexity.
The 16 best teams in the world are here to compete.
Down, Pristini finds the double, push it in, it's one more, and Christ is roaring.
First shot goes down, Slasher wins the 1 versus 1.
We got a series on our hands.
Game 5 time. Luminosity, UNILAD. It'll be London Dock, Search and Destroy. Each team's only played it once. Luminosity 1-0, UNILAD 0-1. Obviously not a lot you can take away from that, but Joe, you at least have some film to watch of each team.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously have some tendencies that you watch where a player's going to play, but yeah, we'll see how both of these teams sort of counter-strat. Once again, I think we'll be watching Luminosity on offense and how they looked, because in that second game and really through the story throughout this stage 2, they have not looked good on attack.
Oh, we'll see if they can pick it up and maybe fix some of the issues they've been having, because it wasn't that pretty on St. Marie, but it's game 5. Anything goes here, but it's really been the hard points for Luminosity. You see 2 convincing victories. They were similar in fashion with regards to streaks early and often for the Luminosity side. But the first search goes to UNILAD, and the CTF, Wuskin puts on just a masterclass performance, and they're able to take that.
No, I mean, if you're UNILAD, this is a position that you want to be in. Against these top teams, force game 5s, make it so stressful for them. Pressure's not on you, right? No one's expecting you to be in this position. I mean, maybe after this week we will, but
yeah, sure.
I mean, you know, coming to this division, everybody thought it was going to be easy for those top 4 guys, but teams like UNILAD are making it tough. Teams like Mindfreak are making it tough. We'll see now. There's LG. It looks like they're going towards that B bomb site. Nice shots from John, just pre-firing it, but look at that middle control from UNILAD.
Yeah, trying to make
they
sure
might put some pressure on Formal. He's got to be careful here.
Trying to make sure they can't push out mid, at least right away. Delays it a moment, but they're still able to get that control.
I mean, they have 3 people by stature right now, 1 guy low A. If LG, if they had a smoking planet, it would be a very free plant right now.
They're starting to work forward. John may have spotted one. Yeah, I think he spotted him there at tower.
Formal's got to be careful. He's got to be very careful. Yeah, he's going to get traded out. I like that, but he almost had Alex. He saw Alex get hit with that nade. Thought he could clean him on up.
Well, I mean, you saw that coming.
Yeah.
Figure as soon as he shoots, the pressure going to be coming in. So great job there from UNILAD with just complete and utter control of mid-map and really the entire water side of the map.
And can we go through the LG guys? Do they have a smoke right now? Do they have any utility? So they have 1 stun. They have no smoke. So how do you plant this at B? So you have to try and push Wuskin. But with 25 seconds left, they don't have a lot of time to work with. Yeah, slice backing on up. JCap's going to try and cross. If there's a nade, yeah, there was a nade. I like that from UNILAD. So still, time is ticking for LG. And look at the positioning. Look at Zed's going all the way around. Shawnee might find John down here. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, not going to find him. John's still alive, but still has pressure from Wuskin. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Slack, though, he gets taken down. There we go.
Almost got interesting. John with the 180 at the STG, but UNILAD behind 2 kills from Zed, and really that first blood on Formal. Once they had that, they had complete control of mid-map, and JCap invested, I guess, a smoke early in that, and just wasn't able to get the bomb planted behind it. Well, he eventually gets it planted, but a little bit riskier.
But once again, step 1 for LG, get B streak control. Step 2, try to plant the bomb. They don't have the utility for that. It's just taking them too long to get into those positions. We've seen it time and time again on their attacks.
I'm curious what LG can do on mid-map during their defensive round. It looks like UNILAD going to be giving it up as well, but they're going to be hitting A this time. John does find the first blood soaring through mid. Vision on another. Whoa, very close to winning that gunfight.
You're waiting for number 6. Those 2 players have to wait for Wuskin, and he's going to find a kill. Yep, he's going to find a free kill. Now it makes it a 3 versus 3. Great play by Wuskin and UNILAD. If one of those guys goes down low, round's over. But they stay alive, and now you're in a great position.
So you basically have a 2-on-2 on this A site, and then a 1-on-1 that's going to develop eventually a mid-map.
Yeah, and Cap has to worry about middle and his back. So Nate goes in. He's going to be weak. I like that stun, though. But Shawnee's able to find Formal. And Slack, he's going to get flanked. Oh, nice heads-up play to find Alex. Now it's another 2v2.
JCap can't win it. Another gunfight victory for Wuskin. He's had so many over the course of this series. Slack got vision for just a moment. 30 seconds to work with. Trying to pick Shiny out of the window. He's got to go.
Yeah, they're going to hear him. So he's just running away.
Like that. Just sync up with your teammate.
Yep.
Know that you can get the trade. Nice shots, though, from Slack. Still winnable.
Yeah, I'm hopping it. Oh, I would have hopped it. When does Shawnee peek this?
Shawnee peeks it early. Shawnee peeks it early! Slack wins it and gets the defuse. What a clutch from Slack. I don't think you loved that from UNILAD, though, did you?
No, I mean, it's such a tough spot, but in that 1 versus 2, the first guy, I'm not sure exactly who, I think it was Wuskin, right? In the 1v2, the first got a peek.
And he got, the kill was right around, like it was between 14 and 15 seconds, I believe. So you think maybe Shawnee had a couple more seconds that he could take the peek that, but.
Yeah, I would have loved to see one of those guys go down low water. There's an angle down there, but whatever. Nothing you can do about it now. Nice play by Slacked. And really, that just, once again, it was a bit of a messy round from Luminosity. But John able to find that first blood.
Back to back.
They're hitting B once again. They have so much positioning, but now what are you going to do with it? This is that next step. What's the play? And they're taking so long to get in this position.
And another big thing.
And Shawnee just, he found an opening. He just found an opening. Bomb going down. Nades come in though from UNILAD. Cap might be dead. Yep, he goes down.
Now, Formal doesn't see him get across, so Shawnee able to disrupt the setup here. Offensive woes continue. Unless John can clutch up in this 1 versus 2. Slack just did it in the previous round. Don't count out John yet. He knows where both are, that's for sure. He's got 30 seconds here. What options does he have, Joe?
I mean, he's got to try and find a kill and make it a 1 versus 1. They might even give up that plant now. We'll see. John just trying to play a little patient, trying to make them think. But you have Alex. He's watching here. He goes for the re-challenge. There's that 1v1. He spots Zed as well. Now it's just 15 seconds. He's going to go for the re-challenge.
Saw his arm. Saw his arm. John's got him weak.
And now you plant. But Zed pushed it. I like that play. He knows he's going to hop on that bomb. Now it's the mind games. And Zed pushes it. John, not able to win it. And Zed clutches that 1 versus 1.
What a one-on-one between Zed and John. You love that. Zed reads it like a book. Expects John to go for the plant. John hops off and tries to take the gunfight. He obviously has the cover to work with. But Zed takes it. He's had some great moments in Search over these past couple days.
Yeah, a couple of 1v1s that he's able to win throughout this map, throughout this match has really swung the momentum. But I love that. So John puts a couple of bullets in him, backs him down, and Zed knows during that time he's probably going to back up to go plant the bomb. And he uses that timing to his advantage.
Really well played by Zed. We'll continue with him in the next round as UNILAD hold the round advantage. He's going to get wall banged as Slack comes up with a nice first blood. So that's 3 out of 4 rounds in the first blood going to Luminosity, but they're trailing 1-2. You got to secure this one now with a 4-on-2 advantage.
You definitely do. 4 versus 2. Bombs down. You have Shawnee and Wuskin. Wuskin's in a pretty good spot, but you can see John and JCap are trying to spot him. Not able to spawn the first, and there we go. They're not hitting that together. So where's the follow-up? It's not there. So he's able to get 2 1v1s just so clean, and now he's bought enough time. They don't know where Shawnee is. Shawnee's able to win a 1-on-1. Now it's another 1 versus 1 for Slack.
Can Slack do it? He's in the window. Wuskin just holding the angle. He knows Slack has to cross. 10 seconds to go. Not enough time to work with in a 4-on-2 collapse for Luminosity. UNILAD go big. Wuskin making the plays. And that pocket there by Train, what a round. And that might be the round we remember when this is said and done if UNILAD get the victory.
So many small mistakes. Just terrible, honestly.
Wow.
Flat out terrible. Like, you could just see it developing. I'm literally calling it out.
Did JCap hit the corner and a teammate's grenade hit him? Because I believe, so the first gunfight, Wuskin wins. A nade comes in for Wuskin.
I don't think it hit Cap.
I thought it hit Cap. I thought Cap was really weak, and then he just hip fires through and killed him.
But either way, the first guy should wait for Cap to go all the way around. They know where he's at.
Wow. I think that might have been a teammate that came through, but regardless, he still should have won that round. So now Luminosity really have to battle back. Down a couple of rounds here.
And what we've seen other teams do as well is just avoid the flank guy. You know where that guy is. Just take out the guy in the bomb. What's the guy going to do? 1v3 you inside the bomb site?
Said, let's hit him 1 by 1.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Great job by Shawnee and Wuskin in the 2v4.
Yeah, I can't take it away from them.
No, that was
They played that perfectly.
Incredible job. Wuskin on a 3 streak at 6-2. The offense developing slowly yet again from Luminosity. They're trying to make this B site work. They've had a couple of different hits. John and Formal's positioning a little bit different this round than the last time on offense.
Yeah, so I think the one adjustment is they know how sort of aggressive they play in the middle of the map. So John and Formal are sort of double stacking this. They don't want to get flanked, because remember last round, Shawnee found an opening. Well, John goes for the quick scope here. He's being pressured, not able to win that. That's another 1 versus 1 that John takes. Bomb is being planted. So now you have a 3 versus 4. And Formal, I think he just got spotted, but a big win from Formal.
Waskin answers back with a big win of his own. Now Formal's crouching here. Zed knows his position. Zed's just going to push him out. Easy cleanup for him. JCap now has a clutch in a 1v3. Waskin hits the edge. Drop shots in the defuse coming in, and that's going to put him, what I mentioned, that's 4 in a row, and now the defuse, he's really close to streaks here. And it's just not been a pretty search here at all for Luminosity. UNILAD on the other end continue to make the plays. It's ugly. It's a combination of both. Like great plays from UNILAD combined with some really poor plays from Luminosity, and that's how you get
and
to
you
your
know,
score.
a lot of the times it's like, all right, what's wrong with their search? It's so hard to point out. But for LG, like, you and I are just sitting here, just like picking pieces, picking their search and destroy game apart right
Yeah, I
now.
mostly wait for you to pick, and then I just repeat what you said.
Yeah.
You're the intelligent one in this relationship. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
For your wisdom,
No
knowledge,
problem.
and startling good looks. But Waskin now still very close to streaks. We'll hop over to Alex and Zed, who are in a couple of gunfights here in barrel building as LG tried to get aggressive towards mid-map, which we've seen UNILAD do several rounds.
Yep.
And now UNILAD's starting to work their way slowly up towards this site. With Luminosity, you just have to pray you're able to take out Waskin before he gets another kill. He's been winning what feels like every one-on-one fight throughout the course of this, and he's going to be sitting back in safety on the flank.
Yep, John's got to be careful. He doesn't get wallbangs right here. It's a big wallbang spot, and that one player jumps to the smoke. Oh my, Cap with the first kill of the game, of his game.
It's like the CTF where he was 1 and 9 and he gets the 3 kills.
Yeah, like Zed tried making the heads-up play, but now you kind of have a situation, right, that LG finds himself in. You don't find first blood. There's only 30 seconds left. You used all your artillery. How are you supposed to win this? It's so difficult. Like, you're so spread out. Shawnee gets picked. You give yourself no chance to capitalize around, and great shots from Formal.
Formal punishes in the back, and then obviously Waskin to play his life here. He's on a 5 streak at 8-2. He's been sensational.
John's got to be
in
careful.
this best of 5.
John's got to be careful.
Spotted.
John gave it up.
Oh.
They're trying to hunt him down, but you're going to give him more.
That's tough. And that, maybe the glide bomb doesn't lead to much. Maybe it's not all that crucial when things are all said and done, but it very well could be. It's all going to depend on the use. You feel darn good if you're Waskin there. You lose the round, but you've got a bit of a cushion here with the round count. Now you get a streak to work with. 9-2.
And LG.
6 in a row.
You would never guess it, but they're going to be. So you have Formal playing back driveway.
His position has changed almost every single B hit.
All right, so bomb. All right, there we go. I like this. Commit to it right away. That's the one thing you haven't done so far. Give yourself a 4 versus 4. They finally do that. Streak called in, but bomb was planted before Cap went down. The rest of them, Formal able to find one, and that's Waskin in the bomb. So now you can see all UNILAD just trying to find on him. Now it's a big play for Slack. He's trying to make the play. He knows the pressure's coming in. Great play by Slack. He's able to find both of them. The last player left, Shawnee, coming from middle.
What trigger discipline there from Slack. The patience to punish both.
And I think
now
the call out. The call out was 2. The call out had to have been 2 from Formal. So great plays from LG.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking that, maybe just footsteps and patience, but also, we can't hear the comms at all times, so likely good communication from them, but just great play from Slack. We've seen players in that position fire unintentionally, right? You get a little bit trigger happy, a little bit excited, you put a bullet into somebody, and then you start panicking. He's able to find both kills. And you kill Waskin, so no streaks, like you mentioned early in that round, so LG still very much in this. The glide bomb gets used, and
they're not on offense, so.
Yeah, that's true. It very well could be 4-4 after this. Slack getting aggressive on the A site.
I think it was due to the nades of LG. They backed those players down. Now you have Alex starting to push up. You have Shawnee with him.
And now you've got, watching that mid-cross is going to be John, I believe. So John's kind of got the cross.
I wonder if he has a sniper. Can we just check John really quick?
No, he
So he doesn't.
Yeah. Just watching the backside. It's just really how Slack plays this, right? He's got Formal looking over him.
You can see where JCap is as well.
Here they go.
Yep, they're worried about Waskin. Remember, they did that late, flanked that one round. Nade in from Formal. able to hit them, and this is tough now because you have, as you said, Slacked in such a good spot. Wall bang in.
And they might think, you know, the only thing they have to deal with is Formal. Oh God, Slack's gonna shoot. Oh, maybe there's the trigger discipline. Maybe there's where you need a little bit more patience. It's gonna be tough to get the auto aim, I think, in that gunfight, but Formal able to get it. Now it's into a 3v3. John's got a gunfight top mid. Wuskin again with a big 1v1. Formal's gonna drop as well. Now all on Cap. Cap can make the clutch. 1v3, 30 seconds on the clock.
It's a tough spot. He does have a bar, though. We know what the bar can do. He's able to spot Alex as well. This might make it a 1 versus 1. He's gonna try and push his shield.
Shawnee's got his cross.
Yep, Shawnee has his cross. Great teamwork out of UNILAD. Yeah, Cap's dead here.
Nice job in the 2-on-1. They played that well.
Well, we talked about trigger discipline, and
yeah, and I get it, but like, should you let him go there and just get the next guy at the box, or at least commit to that and fly out and get that kill on the first and go low? I don't know, but in that spot, you have to at least get the kill.
Yep.
But that's one where, like, yeah, you just want to take back and maybe not shoot. Just see how it plays out. Just get that information to Formal, and but who knows how it would have gone. UNILAD now 1 round away. This is looking a lot like the Game 2 search and destroy, at least from a scoreline standpoint.
And there we go. UNILAD made the adjustment. They know it's another B hit. John and Formal play very aggressive middle. Zed, though, because they stacked it, he pushes through great, but Slack's able to find a couple.
Slack's been huge in this Game 5. He's 10-5 now. It's been a battle of him and Wuskin who can come up with more big moments.
Nice stun as well. It's going to let him know he's there, so they're going to double peek this. There's the double peek. Good teamwork out of LG.
Fantastic job. Now, Shawnee, can he make the play? 1 down. JCap spotted. JCap gets caught throwing a nade. That nade doesn't connect, so Shawnee still alive. A bomb is getting planted. Somehow, still alive as nades continue to come in. He's going to back it up to useless and now take this 1v2 retake.
I was like, Cap, use your gun.
Yeah, right.
Use your gun.
Well, he got hit. I thought JCap was shooting him, but I think it was just the wall bang from Formal that was actually coming through.
Yep. You have JCap on the bomb. You have 1 player on the car. Formal needs to stay alive, and Cap peeks it. 1v2 for Shawnee. 1 versus 1 now. Almost peeked it. Oh, my.
Shawnee! Shawnee with the 1v3. Oh. What a play from him to end the Game 5. Phenomenal stuff out of Shawnee and UNILAD as they get another huge victory.
Just back up. You planted it for middle. Formal could go middle. You set 1 guy cold room. You could set 1 guy underground, set 1 guy cold room.
You mentioned it was a lot of little mistakes throughout the course of it.
Holy smokes, man.
I think you can highlight another one in that final round. Mistake from LG.
1v3, a
UNILAD
4v2.
punish.
There's 2 rounds right there. That flips the scoreline to 5-4, and those are easy. Those are easy fixes.
I mean, that's the one bit of, one bright spot I guess you can take if you're LG. I mean, there's a couple things. Formal probably had his best series since joining LG. You know it's some small mistakes where you easily could have won the series if you fixed those. So it seems to be very fixable mistakes. It's just we're at a time and point in the year where there's not a lot of time to start fixing mistakes.
Yeah, but great play out of Shawnee there. UNILAD now sitting at 4-2.
I told you, contenders, baby.
That's why you won.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Screw you, Momo.
I mean, UNILAD 4-2. Now LG's 2-4. And for me, this was a week they had to go 5-2. I think they should have went 3-0 this week, and instead
trying to go the opposite, Joe.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, great game from UNILAD once again, just proving to us that they are a top 4 team in this division right now.
Wuskin was superb throughout. You had, really great moments from Zed. You can think about that kind of like 4-piece he got in the CTF. Shawnee, obviously, with the insane play to end the S&D. There was moments from everybody. Wuskin was probably the one that consistent that was just dominating throughout. I mean, it just seemed like every time they needed just a one-on-one gunfight to tilt the favor to them, Wuskin was winning it every time.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, my blood pressure right now is through the roof just watching LG, honestly. Like, it's just so blatant.
The mistakes made it fun, though. Like, that cast was more fun because of LG mistakes, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I think the one good thing, like, maybe from Luminosity, you didn't have the best individual performance from John. Like, if John steps up in a search and destroy, maybe, those are a lot easier, right? Sometimes we see John Sniper sort of pick up, but yeah, I mean, UNILAD sets themselves up for success. That's exactly what you want. You want a Game 5 with these top teams, and you saw just incredible confidence from guys like Zed, guys like Shawnee. Great game for them.
UNILAD, a huge victory. Now up to 4-2. Wuskin, you were superb, and we have him for our PlayStation Instant Reaction with Jess.
Thanks, Maven. Well, it wasn't the 3-0 that you predicted, but it was still a great series. What was the key to victory?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you. we just went with it, and we said, I don't know, we said if we lost first, if we won first, we'd 3-0 them. But if we lost first, which you did, we just go with the flow, and we did.
All right. It's clear you've improved tremendously lately, both you as a player and UNILAD as a team. How did you do that?
To be honest, yeah, I don't even know. That's one of the best series we've had on this game, so couldn't tell you.
All right, that's fair enough. So you're finishing the week, or not finishing the week rather, but so far in the week you're at 2-0 and you're 4-2 overall. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I couldn't explain it because coming into this, like, everyone wrote us off. No one thought we were going to beat anybody. So it was like, at this point, we're happy with what we've got right now.
Well, that's a great attitude to have. Thank you so much for the interview. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty World League presented by the PlayStation 4. We just had a thrilling Game 5 on our main stage. UNILAD take it against LG, and that means that the Luminosity Gaming woes continue. I believe now they're 2-4 in the league, Nameless. Not what many people expected.
Not at all. That match was electric. The vibes in the venue were insane. UNILAD was going absolutely off. Wuskins had an incredible performance.
Phenomenal.
LG, man, I don't know what's up with them. The hardpoint looked pretty good. The search and destroy, they lost so many rounds with numbers, particularly in that Game 5. So many clutches that they just let get away from them. But I can't say enough good things about UNILAD.
I mean, you have to give Wuskins a ton of credit, right? He said it in the post-game interview, probably the best series he's ever had. And he even mentioned a lot of people had us as a team that's just here to kind of play and not really do very well. Well, everyone was wrong, I think it's fair to say, because on the flip side, Chance, you have this UNILAD squad now in reverse almost 4-2, looking great, looking like they were almost guaranteeing themselves playoffs.
And it's cool the way they've done it as well, because like we expected LG, even with the roster change, for talent alone to carry him this far. And we looked at UNILAD and we didn't see the talent, but not only have they taken turns, all four of them, Wuskins just had a nasty series, Zed has had a nasty series, Alex at one point has had a nasty series. They've taken turns going through it, but just as a team, they are just genuinely that good. They play incredibly well. And again, you could even just stare at that map number 5. There was never a situation where you thought that like they can't win this round.
I guess on the bright side, you look at the way that the series went. The hard points was LG's kind of big question mark coming into this week and into this division as well. Well, they did manage to win them, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the hardpoints, Formo's kind of doing it all. I mean, he was getting so many kills in the hardpoints, kind of stepping it up from the last performances that we saw. And I think that's a good thing for LG. You know, going forward, Formo's going to need to get his confidence back. I saw him earn full streaks early on, and both of the hardpoints absolutely going off for this Luminosity squad. Neither one of the hardpoints were particularly close, which is a good sign. It's just, you got to close out your search and choice if you want to win a series.
And it genuinely seemed like they said, all right, we've been having you try to fill in Octane's role of just milk up the hill time, get a lot of kills. It wasn't working. Like both those games, like especially so, like that the London Docks, JCap had like 2+ minutes in the hill. Formal his job was to kill things. It's don't play like Octane, do whatever it is you need to do, kill as many things as possible. We don't care if like you're being a kill whore. If you're not getting the best kills on the map, play to your comfort zone, because if you get double sets of streaks, who really cares if a couple of the kills were useless? So it seemed like a conscious decision. Maybe the game just kind of went that way, but whatever it was, at least short term it paid off.
Yeah, LG definitely looking better in their hard points today. The problem, as you so put it, their S&Ds and their CTF not so much, of course. We'll talk a little bit about that Game 5 now. There was scary moments, really, for both teams. A couple of like 1v3 situations, which all of a sudden they go down to 1v1s, but ultimately it was UNILAD that took it.
Yeah, Wuskins had a phenomenal start off to that game. He actually earns that glide bomb by killing John like in a 1v3 situation where he was just playing his life. So kind of just a communication error out of Luminosity. You never want to give up a kill like that. And then Shawnee had that huge 1v3, and I almost forgot about it. The 2v4, like so many rounds where LG had numbers and they just give up these clutches to UNILAD. You can't let that happen here at the Pro League. And one thing I will say about UNILAD that Chance kind of touched on is that there is not a weak player on this team at the moment. They have 4 very talented players who can take over a game at any moment, and it shines through when the pressure's on, a player steps up.
I want to take a look now at our CWL Play of the Game presented by Scuff. Of course, it's that 1v3 from Shawnee. Of course, the first kill, Chance. Slack, they don't really know where where Shawnee is, but the rest of this is just beautiful from him.
And it's super unfortunate as well, just to kind of give the benefit of the doubt of JCap. Just he's cooking a nade as soon as the player crosses. He doesn't know he's one shot. It happens so fast. So unfortunate was definitely a factor in this, but then it comes into 2v1. You're not sure where Shawnee is, but as soon as you figure out Formal sees the cross, it should be a guaranteed win. Like JCap can just leave. They have the bomb down, go underground, but instead he over challenges. Granted, Shawnee was weak. He should have won the gunfight, but he doesn't. And then Formal, the exact same thing. Like, time's on your side. Like, yes, you feel that he's weak. You should be able to win the gunfight, but bombs down, back up, then call, lay down, do literally anything other than exactly what they did. And that's like, I don't know if it's a team cam, just a poor bad decision at the end, but like, it shouldn't happen. Well, either one of them should have won the gunfight. Either one of them should have just backed up and played their life.
And one thing you see when any team gets clutched on like that, a player over peaks, they over challenge. We've seen it yesterday in Rise vs. Tainted Minds. These players in the Pro League, they need to stop over challenging these players in clutches, because everybody here is talented. They have the gun skill to take you out. If you peak, you're gonna die. LG, classic mistake, over challenge, lose the round.
Does that come down to confidence, or is it chemistry? What do you put that down to? Because A 1v3, yes, the first kill, you can't really blame Slack there, right? They have no information, he just gets caught. But a 1v2 with bomb down, I mean, I feel like that's something that a team as experienced as LG should not be just giving away for free.
You know, I hate to say it because it's experience, but it comes down to nerves as well. In those situations, you have to remain calm. You go, hey, we have numbers. Let's not force the issue. Let's not challenge. Let him come to us, make a miraculous play to win the round, so you just run away and you stay alive. You see the one huge mistake that they made there was JCap kind of gives up that positioning behind the bomb site. He puts himself in the wide open, dies in a position where Formal now has to sort of peek the bomb and figure out and get more information on Shawnee, leaves Formal in a bad position. He over challenges once again, but I think most of the blame can be led to the first kill there. It's just lackluster plays, communication, and just lazy gameplay.
I wouldn't even say it's like the over challenge though, because like from JCap's perspective, okay, Formal tagged him up, I know he's weak, I know where he is. The bigger mistake to me is like when Shawnee comes through and gets spotted by Formal, JCap doesn't have to be on the bomb. He can literally just leave. He's got a free 3-4 seconds where he's not going to get killed because they know exactly where he is to go play underground. Then Formal and JCap can take turns peeking the bomb. Exactly. They can do literally anything else. So like I can understand both players going for the challenge when you know you have them weak. You feel like they're just gunfights you should win. Even if you overpeak, you still should win the gunfights. But the situation before that occurred, they never had to take the gunfight in the first place. Shawnee would have been forced to be in a horrendous spot. How's he supposed to win the gunfights when like the bomb is down, their time is ticking down? The mistakes were made from the start, I guess. Like the positioning was bad, not necessarily the gunfight decisions. But either way, like the number once they had the 2v4 was awful. Like it was just so bad.
Congratulations to UNILAD. They take it in Game 5 and progress further up in the standings for LG. They are plummeting towards the